Secretary of State John Kerry warned that Russia and Syria's government could face new economic sanctions over the war in Syria. Airstrikes continue to hit the city of Aleppo. Weekend ceasefire talks failed to reach an agreement. Video shows a child being saved from the rubble of a building yesterday. Elizabeth Palmer is in Aleppo, where she learned about some of the crude weaponry that is causing so much destruction. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning. The siege of eastern Aleppo, which is slowly choking the life out of almost half the city, is so painfully drawn out because neither side is strong enough to win decisively, nor weak enough to be forced to capitulate. One missile has become a trademark of the opposition fighters in Aleppo. It's deadly, cheap, and homemade. In a neighborhood recently recaptured from the rebels by the Syrian army, soldiers who didn't want to be identified took us into the basement of a ruined building. This was a factory? Everywhere there were piles of parts to build a simple bomb. Cooking gas canisters sawn in half were packed with explosives and mounted on crude tail fins. The result isn't pretty, but it's lethal.
It's not filled with explosives, though, right?
The rockets were launched and aimed, sort of, through an ordinary piece of steel pipe. The Syrian army, too, has improvised weapons like the by now infamous barrel bombs. But put crude weapons in the hands of poorly trained and overstretched fighting forces on both sides of this grinding war, and here's what you get. Devastation on an epic scale and stalled front lines. Here in southern Aleppo, it's taken the Syrian army 3 months to advance about 800 yards to those white buildings over there. And all around, there's misery for the civilians who are trapped in a war they didn't ask for and now have no power to end. And the fact that no promise of a ceasefire came out of the talks between the U.S. and Russia this weekend is a further blow to people who have lost almost everything. Nora?
Elizabeth Palmer reporting from inside Syria. Thank you.